and welcome to GreenZone, Ireland's favourite American football podcast. I am your host, Chris. I'm joined by Deck, may be coming later, as are some other guests potentially. We're live, nobody's watching, it's all gone to shit, and we're only 59 seconds in. How's it going, Deck?
I have to say, as intros go, Chris, you just take the biscuit. There's no one that could compare to that intro. It's
Yeah,
just beautiful.
we're not Game Zone anymore, which is nice.
Yes, that is a good, nice change. I was getting a bit of anxiety worked up over that.
Yeah, it would have changed the logo. It would have been awful. But yes, no games last week, which means the AFI have decided here's 7 games. Let's have it over 2 days. Let's just fucking shove 2 weeks, fire in the one, send it out, and I am all here for it. But there has been some other stuff going on in the league this week. We have announced that we're going to have a women's only flag league starting in April, which, given the success that we run the world a couple of weekends ago, is absolutely incredible. We expect to be like 2-3 years away from having a women's league, but to have one this year's class.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be great to see the league giving a bit of support to the game specifically for the women's side of things. Hopefully there's a good bit of take-up in it. That's always been the trick traditionally, is to get the word out to the right areas. So same if you're a Maverick as the senior kid at men's side. So it's just getting the right ears to listen. But yeah, great to see the league supporting.
Yeah, like we have 5 female teams now. Trojans, Rebels, Panthers, Phoenix, which is a culmination, and the Cork Tabbies.
Can't hear Phoenix without getting throwbacks to Tullamore days of 8-a-side football 12 years ago. Tullamore Phoenix. Oh, that is a throwback reference. Do you know who will get that? Is your buddy for Mullingar, centre, nose tackle. I'll think of his name in about 20 minutes' time. He started with them. Frigate. Brain fart completely. It's gone.
I was just to say, what are you doing down in Tullamore? Tullamore's like fucking 5 hours away from everything.
When I played with Drogheda Lightning, which will date the reference, Tullamore Phoenix were the team to beat at 8-a-side football. All of that sentence dates that so badly. There's been none of those things around for like 8 years.
Yeah, we don't Tullamore Phoenix. We don't have Drogheda Lightning. We don't have DB8 League anymore.
God damn it, Chris. This is the 30-plus podcast now.
Welcome to Old Guy Podcast. Dave and Owen bring like the age average down quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yes, the fact that we now have Women's League is fucking fantastic. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you anything about it. That is 100% Owen's wheelhouse.
Yes.
He is chief female flag correspondent.
Yeah,
for the
correspondent, host at times.
Yes, just chief woman host sport person.
That was an excellently executed sentence.
It was. I was going to insult him, but no, he doesn't deserve it. Yeah, Owen's at a birthday party tonight. So he can't go.
We were going to try and make up something a little more humiliating, but we couldn't.
Yeah, we just couldn't. We wouldn't, and we won't.
I imagine no one is sitting in a corner at said birthday party with GreenZone on.
Shut up, my friends are there.
Yeah.
No, but Owen will 100% be on at some stage over the coming weeks to tell us all about why it's fantastic, why it's great, and why we should all be very, very excited for it. Also, in other news, Wolfhounds are looking to get a handout.
Handout, leg up, open the wallet.
Like,
yeah, no, look, as you say, the Wolfhounds looking for a bit of financial support, have their GoFundMe up. Look, there's worse things in the world to throw a few bob towards.
Yeah, no, like, yes, an international team costs money. And we saw from, like, the AGM this year that the Spain trip for the Wolfhounds was, like, 30-odd grand. or something you have to send the kid to. It was just something about a 45,000 euro GoFundMe page that I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah. You get the impression Intel would look at that and go, Jesus Christ, that's a bit of a cash.
Yeah.
No, look.
Well, the fact that GoFundMe takes like 30% of it, did it not?
Huh?
Yeah, GoFundMe takes a percentage of whatever you raise. So is it going to be like?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to look it up and see exactly how much it is.
Where can we send our stamp addressed envelopes to for just a straight cash donation?
GreenZone. send it straight to us.
PO box.
Does GoFundMe? What commission does GoFundMe charge? Oh no, it's a transaction fee.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they take 3% plus 25p.
Huh.
No. Oh shit. No. It's
this is the kind of quality broadcasting YouTube, folks. We can't have dead air anyway. So
no, we can't. Sorry. Yeah. So it anywhere from 3% to 15% of that will go to GoFundMe.
Just rolling the dice, so they are. And what percentage to charge? Anyway, there's a GoFundMe up. Trying to
there is a GoFundMe up. We'll throw a link on the socials. Go and support it. At the moment, we're sitting at €105, so only 44,895 to go before we can get the guys to Finland. Actually, you know what? Let's see. It's the 22nd of March. If by the end of March they can raise 15 grand, I'll shave my head.
I thought you were going to match it, which would have been a much worse thing to say. Because I contributed a couple
I'll match the donations where it is right now, the second. Yeah, that's no problem at all.
You're going to be held to that now, Chris. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When you say shave your head, by the way, it's an awful bigger commitment than somebody without a beard.
Yeah. But I'm trying to do my bit for the team. Yeah, 15 grand, I'll shave my head.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yep. But yes, if anyone has any money lying behind the sofa, get in touch with Joe Kinahan. He'll make sure it gets to the Hounds. But yes, let's talk about what we're here to talk about, Deck. Football. Specifically, 7-game slate. Will we start in D1 or will we start in Premiership, Deck? I'll let you decide.
Oh, sure. We'll start at the top. May as well start at the top.
Yeah, we'll start at the top, work our way down, let half the people drop off.
You can talk about the Mavericks at the end so I don't make some lame excuse and leave you on your own.
Yeah, that'll work well. So we'll start with a big one. Yeah, we'll just shoot our shot right at the beginning. We'll go straight in. UCD at home, Cork Admirals. UCD with like one of the most insane victories in AFI history during week 1. Cork with an equally ridiculous
result.
Sort of going up 24-0 and conceding 24 points to draw, and very narrowly by the kick of a ball. Hold on to a draw against Limerick. As usual, we reached out to every team for a bit of a statement going in. Head coach Farrell from UCD says, after a solid start to the season and a thrilling win over the Rebels, UCD have been fully focused on Cork for the last 3 weeks. With some notable absences making a return and more rookies putting their hands up, we are looking forward to seeing the full squad in action. The Cork game was always one we enjoyed, and the thoughts of going 2-0 makes it a little more interesting for us. We are looking forward to some hard-hitting football. And after sitting on a bus for 4 hours, if I can find it, filler words while I look for it. There it is. Head coach Lemansny has said, we are looking forward to the game. UCD are a good team, and we are expecting high tempo from them, especially on AstroTurf. We have been training well, and hopefully that will translate to the game on Sunday. So a bit more tentative from Cork, a bit more we're going to go out and win from UCD. Dec, how do you think this is going to
go? I'll prefix this by saying much love to Cork, but I honestly can't see it going any other way than the way UCD in this one. At home, don't have to, as you say, sit and bus on the way up. I'll do my Chrissy impression there. That makes a big difference. No, that's it.
Apparently my hair's coming off already. I think UCD at home is just such a formidable opponent this year, and it will be all year. Like, even their depth is improved, so they have a couple of guys that can step up if there is, God forbid, injuries as the season goes along. But yeah, I can't see anywhere past UCD big win here. Hopefully, Cork can come up and stifle them. Look, any given Sunday, anything can happen. But no, I'd put my name under the UCD column on this prediction. Yeah, I mean, UCD have had issues injury-wise going into this season. And it's... Oh, welcome, Eamon.
Mavericks aren't here to take part. We're here to take over.
Yes, the Maverick Podcast Outreach Program. But yeah, the UCD... couple of injuries coming into the season. A few guys weren't about. I'm hearing that is kind of coming to an end, very, very quashed. And they're coming back to full force. And the scary thing is they beat the Rebels with one hand tied behind their back almost with injuries, which is absolutely terrifying. But equally, you've a riled up Cork. You've a very angry Cork. A Cork who will have assumed they have been humiliated by students in a Munster derby. And a lot of stuff to settle, but it's going to be UCD. It's just going to be UCD.
It's current rugby equivalent Leinster Munster.
Yeah,
I mean, you're hoping for the plucky underdog, but you know the team.
The experts have given them 100% win chance.
Oh no!
And Cork wouldn't have liked that.
Paddy Power have stopped taking bets on it.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Where is it?
Eamon, what do you think?
Dave's here.
Hey!
I'd like to point out that I messaged 20 minutes ago saying I'll be released 20 minutes. Like, on the button. So,
okay. Yeah, your timekeeping is impeccable.
Yes.
There are reasons, but not reasons to be told over podcast.
Yeah. So, Dave, actually, Eamon, we're talking football.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we're both getting our heads shaved if the Wolfhounds raise 15 grand by April.
End of the month. Yep.
What do you mean, both?
Yeah.
It was a podcast thing, and I didn't get included as it was just a typo at the time. So sorry, Dave.
Yeah, well, everyone who was on the show had the opportunity to say whether or not they wanted to do it, and you weren't here. So
you've just decided that if they're going to get 15 grand's worth of donations, we have to shave our head.
Yeah.
Chris is going for a deal with Gillette here.
Manscaped's coming back.
He did also specify your whole head, so that beard and mustache are gone as well.
No.
Yep, I said head.
No.
What about eyebrows?
No.
Head. Everything.
No, ears up. I ain't taking the beard off. I'm far too fat.
Even if it is for charity.
Nope. Fucking charity. It's not charity, it's Wolfhounds.
It's not the charity.
I know, but it's donations, even for donations, if you want to.
David, are you claiming the Wolfhounds and the charity are the same thing? That's a terrible thing to say. I wouldn't have said that.
It's non-profit.
It is a non-profit.
I think. We'll not delve into that.
You're on UCD Cork.
Yeah, even UCD Cork. What's your thoughts?
UCD, just like everyone at our game when we were playing Wexford, like the shock we heard, like the Rebels were taken down. It was just, and then the way UL like able to put 24 points. Like if UL can come back being 24 points down, what can UCD do? Is kind of the way I'd see that.
Yeah, it is no question. Dave, would you agree with everyone else on the show that UCD are going to tear up? This is a game last year that you voted for Cork, and is your claim to fame as your insightful moment?
I think it'd be interesting to see how the Admirals perform. Obviously, UL came back in such a great way, and then UL got beat by the Trojans the week after. Like it'd be interesting to see where the Admirals are 2 or 3 weeks on from that. I do think UCD are just too strong. UCD are going to be on a serious high after their big win against the Rebels. So I think UCD will win, but the Admirals will show they're still a tough outfit. So I don't think it'll be as big a blowout as what maybe people assume it's going to be, essentially. It was just the first week. You never know.
Yeah.
You can't kind of...
Week one overreactions are real. They just are.
That's who said it, and I'm going to say it every week until like week 7 or 8.
Yeah, like
we're kind of in the thick of it by then.
It's like power rankings at the start of the season. Nobody knows anything. Nobody can base anything off, and the fact that not everyone plays every week, there's just a lot of questions on Cork's defense. I think the big question is Cork's stamina. That's kind of the feedback I got from some people, that once you were sort of halfway through the third quarter, there was a lot of hands on knees, a lot of deep breaths being taken to try to get the air in. So maybe fitness could be the killer here.
Yeah, that no huddle is very tough to play against, especially if you don't have the bodies. But look, hopefully Cork managed to rally the troops and bring up a good squad size and mitigate that somewhat. If UCD play like they did the first week, though, literally nobody is going to beat them.
Well,
no, Chris.
Let a man dream.
All right.
But we shall move on because we've 7 games to cover. That's all you missed, Dave. 7 games, female flag league, and Wolfhounds need money.
Yeah, so they literally come in on the first game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'll take it.
We waffled like 2.
Yes, like 2 owl boys, 3 pints in, talking nonsense.
I thought I was getting an invite to a team chat.
Yeah, head coach just sent Eamon a link with no context. Eamon was like,
oh. But moving up north, we have the Belfast Knights starting off their campaign against the South Dublin Panthers. We did reach out to the Knights. They asked what time we needed the statement for, and they told us, sorry, nobody was free. So
yeah, I love that fighting spirit, because they're not free, because they're watching tape, because there's tape on YouTube for the Minotaurs and the Panthers. I love that spirit.
Exactly. Yeah, they're so dedicated to the cause. Listen, I have nothing against the Knights, so I don't. They just have their own shit to worry about the game this weekend. But courtesy of the Panthers, Coach O'Sullivan has said, as long as I've been involved in football in Ireland, when you go up north to play the Knights, Trojans, or Belfast Bulls way back when, you are always in for a hard-hitting, grueling 4 quarters, and I expect the same this weekend. We're still nursing a few sore bodies from game 1 with the Minotaurs, but my guys have been locked into their jobs preparing for this game, so I'm expecting them to give much cleaner and less rusty performance in game 1. Looking forward to the challenge as always. So Panthers, of course, with that absolutely insane performance against the Minotaurs. which the experts got wrong. So they did. And the Panthers let us know that the experts got it wrong.
I'll have you know I called the Panthers for that game.
So did I, if I had a chance to vote on it.
It's a shame, we're not experts.
Listen, I have a posting schedule. The poll goes up. I give it 2 hours. I take it. It's done. That's if you have an opportunity for 2 hours to do it. If you don't do it,
You're lucky if I look at Instagram every other day.
yeah, you just reply to stuff with like thumb reacts.
I am everyone's dad ever.
But yeah, the experts, so we'll give them a wee shout out here, have this sitting at a 90.9% win chance for the Panthers, but a 9.1% win chance for the Knights. Eamon, our guest, how do you think it'll go?
I'm hearing good stuff about the wide receivers in the Panthers end. So I'm like, my knowledge of SPC isn't there yet. Hopefully next season when we'll hopefully have a bit more knowledge with that when us being up there. So
Oh,
I have to go with Panthers in this one.
yeah, that's fair. They are the bookies' favourite. Deck, you good? You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
I am suffering from a horrible cold, so I don't want anyone to have to listen to that in their headphones. I'll mute.
So while you're blowing your nose, Eamon has said that the Mavs are going undefeated this year.
Chris, are you aware that blowing your nose doesn't inhibit you from listening to Eamon?
It might.
I hear. Yeah, no. On that game, I have a soft spot in my heart for Knights, and I don't know why. I've never played anywhere for them. Like, no links really. Marty's a grand fella, but like I have no ties to the Knights past. They're a grand bunch of lads whenever we've played them in the past. For this game, you know what? Fuck it. I'd roll the dice and back the Knights because I'd say I'd get decent odds going on what the experts are saying.
Yep. Are we doing a bookies next year? All the money we raise for the Wolfhounds will go into the bookies.
Oh Jesus!
No. Gambling. Dave.
Yeah, I think a fair few people kind of were low on the Panthers going into this season. A few rumors about numbers and things like that, but after watching some of the clips from the Minotaurs game, I think it's fair that they're a better team than maybe some people, including myself. I think I had them going either 3-5 or 2-6. It's kind of hard to see them not beating the Knights this weekend, I don't think. Again, the Knights are a camp that we don't know an awful lot about. This is their first game. It's going to be the first time many people kind of see what they're made of this year. Obviously, last year they went 1-7. I think they beat the Cowboys once, and that was it. Yeah. Like, you don't know, but the Panthers just looked class. Like, their offense looked unreal against the Minotaurs and held a good Minotaurs offense to it was 6, wasn't it? Was it 33-6?
33-6.
That game finished. You know,
it doesn't matter, Dave. All anyone will ever care about from that game is the hook and ladder video. To be fair, it was sweet.
I'm trying to think what that even was, and I did watch the videos, but whatever. I'm all flustered because I've literally just come in the door, put my laptop up, but like saying to my dog, Toby, shut up, Kitty, shut up. And then started talking. Kitty's my girlfriend, not my dog. Toby's the dog. I think the Panthers going to win. I think they're going to
win in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
Like, there's such a shroud of mystery over the Knights. So there is. Like, we're hearing that they've a new QB. They've recruited well, but at the same time, we're hearing that they haven't recruited well, and there isn't a new QB. He was just there for photographs. Like, there's so much uncertainty over it. One thing that isn't an uncertainty is the Knights' fucking trenches, the lines, and that is one of the weak points on the Panthers. I think, and I'm going to go out here. If the offense can click for the Knights, if this new Spencer 2.0 or Spencer Jr. or whoever it may be slinging the ball can make contact and can get a few plays in, then Robbie is going to feast on Finn Kern's blood this weekend. So he is. Like they're going to struggle to stop him. And as good as the receiving core is at the Panthers, you can't catch a ball that isn't thrown. Like, if they're going to struggle in the trenches, and I think that's what's going to be the tide here. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Probably 2-3 touchdowns overall. But I think the Knights are going to take it. Would anyone care to tell me I'm a fool?
No, heart says Knights, heart says Panthers.
Yeah, Owen Conley is currently unavailable tonight, so I'm sure he'll watch it back and call you a fool at some stage. Or Finn Kearns. Maybe Finn's watching tonight because Owen can't report back. So maybe he's watching going, shut up. You're going to see why Robbie won't be a problem. But yeah, no.
Yeah, Robbie, who is highly regarded as the best player of the sport at the moment in this country.
Fair.
Yeah.
But Eamon.
Robbie is the best player.
Big 6 a game, man.
But yeah, we shall see what happens. That unfortunately, we are doing our obligatory duty of refereeing on the Sunday. So I'm really sad that I'm not gonna be able to go down and watch that game. But if you are in Belfast, go and watch it. If you're within 20 miles of Belfast, go watch it.
Fairways, Banbridge, we might be done early.
Yeah. Rolling Glass.
Oh, big talk. Oh.
Yep. Last on the slate is UL are at home on the third leg of Aidan McGuire hates the Vikings. The 2024 schedule that has just been absolutely brutal for them. They're hosting the Dublin Rebels. Unfortunately, we didn't get a comment from Limerick in time. We did, however, reach out to the Rebels, and they I really just want to screenshot it and send it.
Condense it, Chris. We don't need the full essay.
We don't need the full thesis that was sent to us. So we asked them for, now, can we have a few sentences from your head coaches on your game this weekend? And the response was, would you like more expressive sentences from now on? And they quoted, hey, as coach, we're feeling good. Should be fun.
It's just beautiful, really.
It is.
Wordsmiths.
It should be fun to get back out there. Copy, pasted. I'm here for it.
It's like a knitted jumper of words. Cozy and warm and makes you feel good.
I do. I love it. Yeah. But yes, unsurprisingly, Rebels are favorites. So they are. The unnamed experts gave them 100% chance of victory. They will not be happy to be sitting bottom of the league at the moment. So they won't, after being beat by UCD. And UL have just had a decent result against Cork, a disappointing week against the Trojans. And now they're going to have to come up against the Rebels, bit of fire in the belly. Deck, let's start with you.
Yeah, talk about a serious baptism of fire back to division or the Premier Division for poor UL. Look, the students will put up as much of a fight as they can, but I think the Rebels' high-powered offense will just take this game over. Look, I'd love to say that the UL Vikings have a good matchup positionally anywhere, but I just don't think they do. I think the Rebels are going to be just too strong for them in every department. yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the game itself. We played against the Rebels in preseason. I say played. We were there. So look, given that us and UL were very closely matched last year, I have a feeling that the way our preseason game went is similar to how this game might go. You know what? Look, just if I had any bit of advice for UL, it's to ignore their score. Just focus on putting some points on the board, guys.
Play your own game.
So much.
Eamon, what about yourself?
Yeah, I have to agree with Deck because like
He's your coach.
when we played the Rebels, like it's hard to describe just as how proficient they were. Like you showed up to a preseason game, the pitch was wrong, but nothing phased them. They just into the game as soon as they started, score. We got the ball back. Special teams, pick the ball, score. They're just on. You can see where the other level is, and like talking to some of the Rebels players, they're like, this is the level. Like they were near coaching us while playing a game. They were like, this is what you guys need to learn, and just focus on your own game, and this is the standard. What's in this league? So. Unfortunately, I never even got to play Limerick last year. I was injured for both games, but I can't see anyone like beating that Rebels team.
No, I think you wouldn't be alone in saying that. The Rebels just need to get their promotion to the CEFL, and leave the rest of us to just.
Chris, I can't wait for the week that you guys are playing them. I want to see how brave you and David actually are.
Yeah, it's like we have Cork in April. Cork at the start of April, and then the following week we're down in Dublin for the Rebels.
Yep.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, honestly, can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Speaking of other teams that aren't us, Dave, how do you think it's going?
Yeah, I think like the Vikings have the Rebels, and then next they have UCD after that as well. Like they're gonna after this 4-game stretch, they're gonna be like Randy Marsh in South Park. Like I didn't hear no bell, but like it's one of those things. I'd say a lot of those players would have looked at the Rebels fixture and went, now I know some might go, oh shit, like I'm fearing for my life, but I'm sure a good lot of them are saying, that's the game. Let's go and play our best game and put our best efforts into it. Like we bring it up all the time that the Knights gave the Rebels a really big scare last year. The Knights, a team that finished 1-7, and a team that I would say a lot of people would say the Vikings are better than this year. Whether that's the case remains to be seen. But like, you know, the Rebels I think are going to take it, but hopefully UL can come in and try and kick some asses at least and leave some marks on the Rebels and get a couple of scores and, you know, just try and hold their own on the field. But yeah, it's difficult to see the Rebels after getting beat by UCD. It just kind of feels like they're like, oh, okay, you know, we're going to steamroll the rest of you now. But thanks, say thank you to UCD for that. But
yes,
no, hopefully UL can give a bit of a fight back to them anyway.
It does feel like with the Rebels, it's going to be a whole season of one of those football World Cup games where somebody scores 1-0 up against Brazil, like Israel go 1-0 up against Brazil, and you're just like, why did you do it to yourselves, guys? Just upset them. So
yeah, that's what I think. Was it North Korea? What was it? Got beat by Brazil 2-1, and then the Korean government was like, "Yo, we're going to show the next game live." And they got beat 7-0 by Portugal. I don't know why we're comparing the Vikings to North Korea, but we're not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Are we comparing the Vikings to North Korea, or are we comparing the Rebels to Brazil?
Rebels to Brazil or Portugal? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. No one's being compared to North Korea except for that one guy from Northern Ireland that went.
For fuck, where is it?
Okay, I thought you were going to get the picture.
For those of you listening, we just put up our disclaimer notice. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Comparing any team to North Korea, nor do we have any ties to North Korea.
Thank you to our sponsors. Visit North Korea.
Yeah. North Korean tourism board.
Discover NK.
The kind donators of 10 grand to the Wolfhounds.
Yeah.
I just donated 15 grand, but it's they have to.
Thank you.
I can't shave my head. I have to get one of the like permitted haircuts.
Yes. Yeah.
We
but
had
yes,
our silliness.
UL, as you do have some guys on teams which will see the Rebels be like, no, my goldfish is sick, or my legs hurt, or I don't want to go and play that. That ain't UL. UL are one of the most determined, frustratingly determined teams. The guys don't quit. They've got more than enough energy in the tank.
They're great.
Like they just, yeah, they are. They're just a lovely bunch of lads. They're great lads. There's a lot of them. They try hard. They don't give up. It's commendable the attitude they show on the pitch. That being said, the Rebels are going to come to town and the Rebels are going to throw down. Like that's just a given. But I reckon there won't be too many low heads coming out of that game for UL. Again, you want to play SBC football? This is SBC football.
I mean, it's one of those things. No one's no one. I don't think is expecting them to do anything. But like the Rebels were beating nearly every team last year by 50 odd points. Like go out there. If you get beat by 60, no one's going to turn around and go, "God, yous are terrible." You know, you have nothing to lose. Just go out and express yourself and play. And is it back?
After the GreenZone big score fuckathon.
Me giving a big, passionate, positive speech to UL saying go out there, express yourselves, do it, and you have big score fuckathon.
It is going to be a big score, but no, UL aren't going to win this game. They know they're not going to win this game.
I hope they do. Just because you just said that.
Amazing.
Just because you just said that, and they clip it.
It would literally the overreactions. It'll be right. Rebels getting relegated.
That's and then the scramble would begin to really fucking win Division 1. I don't want to play the Rebels after a year of losing, never mind a game.
But no, it's like this is a great squad to test yourself against. They just will have the upper hand against pretty much every team in this league.
You don't get better by playing the same or worse. You get better by playing better.
Grow up, not sideways. So, is that us finitated with the SBC?
That's us done with the boring division, yep.
Oh, yeah, right enough. All the rest are D1 games.
They are. D1 spread over 2 days as well.
Love it.
Can't be contained.
On Saturday, the Giants up in Armoy get their season started against a very, very, very agitated Vipers. So they are not happy about the Cowboys coming and ruining their day. We reached out to both teams. So, Dak, how do you think it'll go?
What, the reaching out to both teams? I'd say both are responsive.
The Giants have the Aspire Media Company, good bunch of lads.
They do.
Did you get responses, Chris, or will I launch?
No, that was the point.
No, how it'll go? I've seen a lot of Giants are going to walk this talk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I think this is a much more even game than people are giving it credit. From what I've seen of the Vipers against the Cowboys, it seemed that the Cowboys' strengths matched up just perfectly with the Vipers' weaknesses. But it's not that the whole picture was weak on the Vipers side. Like there were definite strengths. Like their whole team seems to be made out of linebackers. Their safeties are linebackers. Their quarterback's a linebacker. Their linemen are linebackers. Like it's a good complaint to have, really. Like they're a bunch of big athletic guys. It just so happened, as I say, that the Cowboys matched up well against it. They were better able to pass deep. they exploited a weakness. So for this game, I like, as you say, Giants. We haven't seen them play yet this season, but
They've been busy, very busy in the off season.
yes. So I hear with their coaching days and the rest of it. But I think the Vipers are in with a good shot of putting a one in the W column here.
Yeah, like it's hard to look at a D2 team coming up against a mid-table D1 team, and go, yeah, like this is the Giants' day. For some reason, the experts have said 89% chance of winning for the Giants. And you know what? This all boils down to composure at QB, because the Vipers will throw absolutely every player, ball boy, chain gang, fucking everyone at the trench. So they will. Like when we played them last year, like we all had a D lineman each, and there was like a linebacker coming to me. There was two guys coming around the outside, and I'm like, where are all these players coming from? Which does make them extremely susceptible to pass and play.
Yeah.
So it does. Like you can't run against the entire team standing in the box. It just doesn't work. But yeah, if they can retain composure, they can win this. And I think they will. So I'm going for the Giants in that one. Eamon, what about you, bud?
Yeah, like I got to see tape of the Cowboys. I don't, and the Vipers game. I don't think the scoreline kind of reflected it. Like Deck was saying, like there was good plays from the Vipers. Like I know they got beat deep a few times, but like he said, these are big men hitting you, and coming up from D2 to D1, D1 hit. It's like us playing the Rebels. Like it's a different league. It's like Wexford found out. Like you hit different up in each division, and when you get hit with that bigger team, it'll be interesting to see, because we haven't got to see the Giants play yet. So I don't think it's going to be this whole big favourite. I can see definitely a rally around if the Vipers can look at their tape and see the mistakes they made and correct it, then yeah, they'll be in for a good game.
But wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it just be great? Nothing against the Vipers. I just would love.
No, I love playing the Vipers. I had a great 2 games against the Vipers. I love playing them.
It's Eamon's stat padding game.
Oh, it was great. It was good. It was good 2 days.
Nah, it's like it would be amazing for them. Dave, back me up here. Come on.
There's a few different angles you could really look at this game. Like, it's one of those ones where the Vipers' only 2 wins last year was against the Jets, and me and Chris know that Jets team was dead and buried. Definitely by the second time we played them, because it was the last game of the season last year. But it was a fixture last year, the first time we played them, where it was like, this could be our only win if we beat them, because they just seem to be the weakest team other than ourselves. And I feel like the Giants are coming into this certainly in numbers, definitely a stronger outfit than the Jets, but probably a stronger, more cohesive outfit than the Jets were last year. And the Vipers put up 12. It was 12-0 in Antrim. It's just the Vipers are hard hitting. Like the Vipers will knock their O-lineman into reality, being like, you are up a step here. It is a bit quick, but I just think there's this really weird thing that's popping in my head, and I don't know why I'm doing such weird like football metaphors.
It's a game of 3 halves.
No. San Marino were playing St. Kitts Nevis, right? And San Marino have won 1 game in the last 20 years or something like that. And St. Kitts Nevis have won sort of like 5 of the last 6 against crap oppositions. But there's something about winning games against lesser opposition that gets you some cohesion in the group and a bit of rhythm.
Confidence.
The Giants have that a wee bit from Division 2. The Vipers don't for at least a year. And they played a Jets team that, quite frankly, not to be disrespectful, but pretty much anyone could have beat last year. I think most Division 2 teams would have beat the Jets last year.
Yeah.
That's why I think the Giants will win it in a nice wee victory.
The habit of winning continues.
Yeah, it's not even to be doom and gloom on the Vipers. It's just, the Giants are going to come into this in a way hot, just because it's their first game in D1 for a while. I don't know if they've ever been in D1. Someone will quickly correct me. And the Vipers are just
probably
in a bit
when
of a
everyone was mangled into one.
No, David, what people will comment on in that last sentence is David thinks Giants are hot.
Wow. We've all seen Ross McKenzie on was it under center? Is that what he was on? Yeah, under center.
Yeah.
What else would he have been on? Yeah, under center. The Giants are hot. Yeah.
It's like Giants so hot right now.
I noticed our viewership has gone down by about 3. They must have got uncomfortable.
It's like, is it SBC still? No. All right, bye.
Oh yeah.
If our viewership goes down by 3, what's that, like 80%?
30.
Fuck. Moving on to the second game on Saturday, which is a change to what I thought it was. The Rhinos aren't at home. I don't know why I thought the Rhinos were at home.
Contrary to our artist's understanding.
Yes, and contrary to me reading the schedule, seeing the word Crusaders in the home section and going, Rhinos. The Crusaders welcome the West Dublin Rhinos, bolstered with many Pirates, over to Newbridge.
And the Maverick.
We reached out to the Crusaders and to the Rhinos, and we heard back.
Woohoo!
Look at that, journalist.
Yep. So, the Crusaders said, this past off-season, the team has grown and developed massively. We've had some key positions filled, and with Jordan fighting fit, grammar. We've had some key positions filled, and with Jordan fighting fit, we now, I've added that in, have a team that will be challenging for the division. The loss to the Mavs in the playoffs has motivated and energized the vets with a strong crop of rookies coming through. The future is bright. Saturday is going to be a tough start against a team we have a good history with in tight games, and look forward to renewing our rivalry once more in Newbridge. Of course, if you didn't see it on socials, apparently the Crusaders said that the Rhinos had never beaten them before, and then the Rhinos sent them a screenshot from a game that they actually had beat them at.
Damn these facts.
It's impossible to argue with there when you're just spitting out facts. What kind of fair contest is that?
New sexy kit, though. They do have a new sexy kit.
Meh.
Yep. Oh, that's not what you're meant to say. You're meant to say yes.
We're supposed to be unbiased. They've got new sexy kit.
Correct.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
Rhinos, on the other hand, Coach Hospital. Sorry, I just realized what I did there. I meant to segue, but I just insulted them.
Old sexy kid.
Oh no, they have new kids too. That's the
I
problem. These kids. Coach Hosford says, a tough start against a really good team, but a great chance for us to see where we are at early on the season. Training has gone well, and a lot of new guys look sharp, and we're excited to finally be starting. So everyone's being very civil and saying, like, oh, let's all have fun. But Dave, tell me why the Rhinos are going to win.
This one, I'm just going to shout out all the Division 1 fixtures. I think are really interesting this weekend. Like, they're all really, like, it could go either way. This one being no different.
All the 100%ers were in SBC.
Yeah, like maybe it's just down to knowledge. Maybe in SBC, like, we know what those teams can bring, but I just I don't know. Rhinos have a solid defense. Crusaders have a solid offense. I think Rhinos should have a slightly more solid offense this year than they did last year. I think they had some key guys out, but also Jeremy Capt. Is that his surname? Or is that like a nickname?
It's
is it
not
Jeremy
Captain. Yeah, this was the whole thing. He's like Swiss or something like that.
So it is Capt. Well, that's okay. Like he's not going to
back
be there
next season. I was talking to him the other day.
He's not going to be there this year. I think, to my knowledge, most of the Crusaders are back. I think Crusaders have
back.
He what?
Tommy isn't back.
What do you mean? He literally just messaged you?
No, he isn't back.
Who? Oh, wait, who isn't back? Who are you talking about?
Tommy.
Oh, Tommy. Sorry.
Yes.
I thought you were still talking about Jeremy. That's what I was like. I thought you were literally.
It's not like my little pet name for
him. The Crusaders have the addition of Wello this year, which I think. Now, I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sure who their running back was last year, even though we played against them. But I think it'll take the pressure off a wee bit of Jordan's throwing game. I think a few times last year, even against the Jets, there was a couple of passes that were a bit wayward. I think we picked them off twice in the second half. I know we did at least once. So I think there was a wee bit of complacency. Now that they have a weapon like Wello, it could be a bit of a like a safety valve in the backfield. But the Rhinos the Rhinos have a setup that could be close to the SBC level. So it really just depends on the day who's the most organized. I'm gonna go with Crusaders because they've got the what's the young kids say? Even though I'm only 27.
Is that the skip toilet thing all over again?
Whiz. No, it's not Whiz. It's Riz. Yes, they've got good whiz.
The rizzing Crusaders.
I like their cheese whiz. They've got swag, is what the 2010
what we would have said back in the day.
Me said, yeah, we shirt with swag on it and never wore it. Yeah, I'll go Crusaders because they've got a wee bit of riz.
We would have risked.
I'm gonna go shit myself now. Okay, my girlfriend just sent me. I don't know if you can see that, but she just wrote Riz. She
Why does it say Pornhub? Go back.
No. That's hold on. Fuck.
That's corn shrub. Good joke.
Sorry, no, that's the Crusaders' new kit. It's gonna be two. It's not Pornhub. It's Crusaders' new kit.
There was an erect penis on display during that promo post, though.
Oh, you're gonna have to watch YouTube to see it. Because I showed the picture.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying like the Crusaders kit reveal.
And I'm trying to get Spotify listeners to hop on to YouTube.
Both of them.
Well, one of them.
Anyway,
after the fact,
these two teams you're going to go up against. You went up against them last year. They're playing each other. Both teams bolstered by new guys coming in. Wello, who I would imagine is more of a battering ram than a fucking safety valve, Dave. If I'm perfectly honest with you.
Still a safety valve.
A safety ram.
Yeah, it's like saying it's like a nuclear deterrent.
Don't make me press the button.
Yeah. And this will be Dara from Under Center's first game as a non-pirate as well. So, Eamon, how do you think it's going to go?
I think, considering the players we got from the Pirates, like the majority of them that went to the Rhinos, like adding to that Rhinos defense, considering like the boys in there walk, like they come in with this, the boys that come down come in with this great attitude. So if the players they got on their side went into that Rhinos defense, because we were putting 40, 50 points up a game, and then we come up to them and think we only scored 12. Like they put the stop to our, like if you want to talk about the Crusaders offense, but like if you look at the Mavs offense last year, Like nobody thought anything could stop them, and we come up against that Rhinos team, and we just had no answers for them. Like one of the players was Brendan Sims in the special teams, and then I caught a fluke that went 60 yards. Like, and I will admit it was a fluke. Like, so if that Rhinos team is added to that defense, and like you said, the Rhinos offense added compared to the defense to what Crusaders offense is kind of added, I think the Rhinos are going to actually take this game, judging by who I played.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. I agree with what you're saying about their defense. Easily last season, the hardest hitting D line I came up against. Like without a moment of hesitation, the level of aggression that they came with was absolutely fucking ridiculous. So it was, there's like nothing plays and those boys are coming at you like it's first and goal and they're a score behind. Absolutely ridiculous. And defensive line as far as Crusaders, I don't think Crusaders got a sack against the Jets last year.
Crusaders have an unbelievable D tackle, Hondo.
Yeah.
Is that the big tall guy?
No, I don't think he was too tall, but he was just an animal to go. Very Aaron Donald-esque in our division. But fuck me, I think he went down in the first quarter
early,
that we played them in the last season, and if he hadn't have gone down, he was wrecking our offense by himself for the majority of the time. Like pass plays, run plays just didn't work. So he did go down with an injury in our game, thankfully for us. So like the Crusaders, from what last season, if they've improved on their run game, it will be phenomenal, because last year their run game was good. Like they were a run first, pass second team, and just because Jordan has a bit of arm talent and the persona to go with it, it takes a lot of attention off the run game, which is, if it's a ploy, very clever, and if it's just coincidence, equally good. Because their run first offense was really good last year. And adding a Shamrock Bowl level running back to that mix is only going to make things more improved. As you say, though, the Rhinos, everything that we said about them is correct. They are one of the hardest hitting teams that we played against, offense, defense, everything shut us down. But equally so did the Crusaders in the playoffs when they fancied. I think our game was... Did we score twice in our game in the playoffs against them? But an incredibly evenly matched game. Dying to see the video that we're going up to take of it and scout these two boys, because in my mind they are going to be in the top half of this division fighting for a promotion. Both teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think the top four kind of expected is Crusaders, Rhinos, yourselves, and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That fourth spot to be decided which one's down there. And the Razorbacks are kind of skirting around the edge there as well. We'll get onto them shortly.
It is sounding quite mean to the Razorbacks after week one, considering they had a 44-0 win. But until we obviously get 2 or 3 weeks into the season and compare some of those teams we think they'll be bouncing around fourth, it'll be hard to judge.
You can't measure your wins if your wins aren't off your seed neighbors. Let's say that.
I understand what you meant in that sentence, so that's all that matters.
Something dirty about seed neighbors, though. Don't know why.
Hey, seed neighbor.
No.
Anyway, so yeah, well, I think Rhinos. Dave thinks Rhinos. Eamon thinks Rhinos. Deck.
No, it's such an even game. I'm favouring the home side.
Yep.
I went Crusaders. Yeah.
You did. I realized that after I said it.
I had to think about it for a second. I was like, I'm pretty. Did I go for Rhinos?
Did you do the switcheroo?
Well, I have both. I have clips for both. If one team wins, I can just
fire that up.
Yeah,
100%. Sorted.
Always right. Yeah.
So like, I would say definitely 2 electric games to get to. This on Saturday, if you're down anywhere near Kildare, off to the shopping village for a couple of discounted brands.
Don't mention that thing around me. I've been there once, and it was once too often. I'm still suffering.
The PTSD killed their village episode, dropping soda. Yeah, we'll go to the New Bridge, watch football, enjoy it. It could be worse. It could actually have been Rhinos at home and it was a Castle knock, which would have been terrible.
The snooker pitch there, yeah.
Yeah. It's not even that. It's the fact that it's a school and the changing rooms are the school changing rooms, which is grand. But the bogs are school bogs. And it's not like a very, very senior secondary school. It's like the primary school bogs. And I'm a large man.
You don't like a tight space and a smell of piss is what I'm getting at here, Chris.
Tight space, smell of piss, and the fact that I would say my helmet has a bigger circumference than that fucking toilet bowl.
I think it's just
that in.
Yeah. Castle knock, you'd rather shit in your helmet.
Where's the allegedly sign now?
No, allegedly. It was so low. I was just like
facts.
stuck in a cubicle, knees fucking pointing all fucking directions.
Lower pad height. It's training. Get the lower pad height.
height.
That top, that Dublin DL.
Yep.
If he wasn't duck walking in, he was duck walking out.
Aye.
There was one major issue I had. I'm not going to go into it, but it involves
Thank God.
hand and moving around. Anyway, so Sunday, we'll not talk about one game yet. We'll finish off with that certain game. But the Razorbacks, who will no, they're going down tomorrow as opposed to Sunday. They have cut the 2-hour trip to Wexford by 25% by booking an Airbnb 90 minutes away from Wexford.
Jesus, an Airbnb?
Yeah.
For
Razorbacks are all staying in the house.
Have they booked a skyscraper?
It's a holiday village.
It's the entirety of Wexford.
Yes.
Each Wexford player has to take one in.
They just booked at Centre Parks. They're in Longford, are they? Halfway, kind of.
Must have. I mean, how many hogs is there now? At that Jets game, there was.
I think it was less than last
It
year.
was less. There was only like 420 or something like that.
Aye, blaze it.
Yeah.
Gordon Farrell will be joined.
Bruh. But yes, the Hogs travelled down to face Wexford. We actually reached out and we actually got replies because you know what? D1 teams are sound as fuck. So they are, especially the Eagles and especially the Razorbacks, as much as we do wind them up. Coach Miller is a solid dude. And also, I don't know if anyone saw on socials the right fundraising for a cancer charity today at the hospital. And you know what? They know how to do it. They know how to do it
Seems
right.
like a bit of a dick move asking for money off the people that are in the hospital. That's terrible. That's terrible. No, fair play to them. They're always doing stuff like that. Sound bunch of lads.
Yeah, they were papped and spotted by my own brother-in-law. He then sent me a photograph of him standing with all the Razorbacks. And like a no context Friday photo from a guy that has nothing to do with American football.
Wait, Michael?
No, my brother-in-law.
Ah, okay. I was going to say, it's like Michael plays for the Jets is kind of a harsh.
That brother of mine with nothing to do with football. No. Shout out to my brother, captain of the Jets. But yes, Coach Mr. Tan, should I say? It's a long trip to come away with a loss. Wexford are a complete unknown, and Coach K always seems to have the answer. They are a smart team. These lads may have been D2 last seasons, but they played at a higher caliber. Last year, we struggled to put points on the Mavs. Wexford proved that they can. This is a massive game, and with the lads to remember how those 44 points felt against the Jets and take that energy into this matchup. Per Jets. We can discuss that while I try to find this other quote.
No, we sit in silence. Like Scott Buchanan wants us to.
Dead silence. But yes, the only Coach K says the Eagles learned an awful lot and gained invaluable experience in our first game of the year against the Mavericks. We've hopefully knocked off the ring rust.
It's a boxing term.
That's okay.
Yeah, it is. It is a term, but yeah.
Hopefully, we've knocked off the ring rust and can use lessons we learned to good effect in what we know will be an extremely challenging test against a very good squad, the Razorbacks. So yeah, each coach giving the other a bit of respect there. The Hogs, of course, coming in off that 44-0 victory against the Jets, which a lot of that game was played with their backups. So yes, I appreciate the team they were against, but at the same time, they weren't playing their starters. And then the Eagles, who set D2 alight, and up until the fourth quarter, looked completely blown out, but then absolutely came back to scare the bejesus out of our two hosts/guests, blew us. So, Dak, haven't played them.
I was telling in the line, shaking hands afterwards. I made the comment to a lot of the Eagles players that they are well fit for this division, and I wasn't lying. They are well fit for it. I think it'll take more than 1 or 2 games for them to get the swing of it, though. There was nothing particularly wrong with anything that they did. It is just that we step up into Division 1 from Division 2, it seems. The Razorbacks, I like the epitome of a Division 1 team in terms of the amount of fight, the way they play, and the squad size. Well, maybe not the squad size, that could be an outlier. But they are scrapping for every ball. If you run it, they're trying to cause fumbles. If you throw it, good luck to you. They're trying to pick it off. And either way, they're going to hit you. I don't think the Eagles will have enough to overcome them. The single best thing that could have happened to Razorbacks happened already this year, which was they get a big score up under them early in the season.
Oh, so not Stu Wiley then.
Who? No.
Shots Stu. Fucking fired.
I do not know Stu. I'm sure he's a lovely fella. Yeah, no, but like as I'm saying, the Razorbacks already have had the best thing to happen to them this season, which was a 44-0 win. They needed that to kickstart their offense. So I not fear for the Eagles at all because they're well fit for this. But I don't think they're going to click in the second game. I think it might take 3 or 4.
Yeah, like the Hogs were a bit slow to start last year, and you said going into week 1, the exact same thing. The Hogs take a wee bit to start up. Eagles seemingly doing the same thing. Eamon, would you share the same sentiment, or are you?
Yeah, it's kind of like what I said with Giants coming up into the division. Like there is that step up in between the two, and I think the Razorbacks with just that squad size, I think they just might have the answer for the Eagles in this one. Like Dak said, the Eagles did nothing wrong against us, but I don't know what it was that they were missing just to get them over the edge. But I think in time they're going to figure it out because they do have the players capable. Like they kept us to 1 score within 3 quarters. Like it took us a while to get the ball rolling. Like we figured it out, but I think, like Coach said, he will figure it out eventually how to rattle this Division 1, and he will get his team going. But I think with the 44-0, the buzz that being the Razorbacks going down the day early and all that, the team will be well up for it.
You never know. They could be hungover to fuck Sunday morning.
Yeah, Center Parks is just like a win. Like,
say it, Chris. Go on, say it.
a lot of people have written the Eagles off because they've come up from D2. The Eagles were in D2 very much so for the same reasons that you lads were in D2. Not because the quality of play merited demotion, but bylaw technicalities, post-COVID stuff, just general admin, non-football related situations that have come
Consolidate
down.
and rebuild.
Yeah. And much like yourselves, completely dominated D2 bar one game. And the difference was noticeable from when we left you guys at the Bull in 22 to that first game of 2023. You lads were like 4, 5, fucking 6 times the team. You know, it was completely different. You know, it wasn't the same team we were playing the year before, not by a long stretch. And yeah, the Eagles in many a way are somewhat similar. You know, yes, they've had a year of playing easy football. Take that with a pinch of salt. But now they've come back. They've had their chops slapped a bit by the Louth Horny boys. So they have. But then they realized in the third quarter, fuck it, we know how to play football. And had that been a game with 5 quarters, that could be a very different line at the end of it. So I'm going to put money on the Eagles in this one. Not writing off the Razorbacks. Like, the Razorbacks are a great squad. I think the Razorbacks are going to be really competing for that either last playoff spot, most likely going to be the win on the Shield. But like, it has to be Eagles here. Dave, what do you think?
I think because we were talking about the Eagles and Mavs game a couple of days after that fixture, and I think Deck said that the Mavericks put on a lot of like sort of rookies and stuff to get a bit of game time when they
Like
were
Deck
up.
come on the field, so he did.
I'd love to come back at that, but I was directly responsible for a fucking touchdown. Like,
it's one of those things. It's a really similar fixture in terms of similar fixture to the Giants and Vipers game, but at a higher level. I think it's a game that will show where both teams are kind of at and where they're going to be this year, roughly. The Eagles, obviously, it's said every time the Eagles come up, Coach Clapp, organization, mistakes-wise, probably will be to a minimum. Razorbacks have physically a fantastic team and they have the numbers, but even like me and Chris were at that Jets game, there was a few sloppy mistakes being made, and I know there was some chat that there was some second string players coming in and stuff, but some of the sloppy mistakes were being by the firsts. So it's one of those things. The organizational side of it could kick them in the nuts for the Hogs, and the Eagles can overcome that. But the Hogs only had wins last year, I think, against the Vipers and the Jets. Did they beat anyone? It was just the Vipers and the Jets who were essentially the whipping boys last year.
They put up.
For every other team.
Did they not put up decent numbers against UL? They held UL for a while before they ran away with it.
Yeah, they showed signs. I think people were kind of expecting them to be even better than that again. But like at the end of the day, they still only picked up those wins against teams that everyone was sort of picking up wins against.
The teams they were supposed to beat.
I think, it would be a big statement for them to beat the Eagles, because a lot of, like, at the start of the season, people had Eagles up at 4th in the seedings. I think that's too high for them currently, but it will be a sign of, look, we're not just beating the whipping boys of the division, we're beating this team that looked like a really strong and organized outfit. But I just think it's maybe come a week too early, and I think the Eagles might squeak it personally, because yes, Mavericks maybe put on reserves, but no one was putting up, or not many teams were putting up 19 points against the Mavericks last year, like in the division. So like in the Razorbacks, I can't remember what your score was. You probably know better than me, guys.
It was one of those 58s, wasn't it?
Was that twice? I know.
You're lucky if I can remember what the fucking last week's score was. Never mind last year.
I know Newforge was a bit of a
We
hammer.
needed John McCardle here. John McCardle is like some photographic memory for. Do you remember that play in the second quarter of the fourth game last year? No.
Well, he messaged, so he must be somewhere. Maybe he's turned off by now because it's been going on for an hour and 50 minutes. But
Sitting there being like, these fuckers just won't fuck up.
I think
just waiting for the Mavs game and they're still
probably. I think the Mavericks. I think they beat the Razorbacks pretty handily both games, and the Eagles brought back a fair few scores in the fourth quarter. So that's why I'm sort of saying I think the Eagles have it. This again, the Razorbacks. You just feel like they have something there to beat one of the bigger teams this year. But if they can get a win against the Eagles, that would be a big statement, in my opinion.
Yeah, like, can we just take a moment to celebrate that Tan hasn't been ejected once this season?
So far, so good. So far, so good.
Love that. Yeah, love that.
It just came into my head as we said.
Positive vibes.
Positive vibes. Yes, he's a reformed man. Not one ejection from the Razorbacks. But yeah, listen, are we kind of all in agreement that the Hogs are going to be a mid-season team?
Yeah, I'd go with that.
Yeah.
See, what's their schedule? I mean, they have the Eagles. So I'm just going to go onto their page and look it up. Talk amongst yourselves while I figure this out.
Yeah, message from Scott Buchanan.
Oh, do we?
He's commented
No,
on something that happened 2 minutes ago.
No, he says not enjoying the lack of lag in responses.
Oh yeah, so like we'll put some data in here. Jesus Christ, the Hogs post some amount of fucking stuff.
Oh, they're active.
Oh, they be active.
I mean, you were just saying how good their posts were, but
oh yeah, it's great, but there's loads of it. There's just so much of it. Like for the love.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll come back to it. We'll just come back to it.
I'll look for it.
Don't panic about it.
I found it. Wait,
what order? It's
oh yeah,
tell
it's
us
not
what
in the
order
right.
it's in. They just tell us the fucking.
Yeah,
Right,
I think that's the
don't
best we
panic
get
about
though.
it.
Fuck it, not important. Anyway, what is important? There's one
That's the
big
show,
game.
folks. Good job this week.
Yeah, we really need to get down and talk about the most important. I wouldn't do that to you. So the hotly contested number 1 seed for Division 1 has kind of been brought down to 2 teams from the outset. We have the Craigavon Cowboys, recently demoted and rejoined Craigavon. With a 44-0 victory against the Vipers last week. And we've also got the Mavericks, the runners up here. And I would say out of the whole AFI, the highest amount of points scored by any team in the country over the course of the season. We reached out to the Craigavon Cowboys, and they came said,
Woo!
dominating performance against the Vipers. Shapes up to be the game of the week.
Chris, your mic's a bit fucky.
Is it?
There was an echo off someone else's, maybe.
Is it your speakers, Dave?
No.
No, it was the same.
I'm in my ears.
Scott Buchanan sends one text.
Clogs the whole damn thing up.
It sounds good now, but
yeah, cool.
I don't know why it was. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll try that again.
Continue. Yeah.
So the Cowboys said, chat shit, get banged. No, they said after dominating performance, buckle up, fucker. After our dominating performance against the Vipers and what shapes up to be the game of the week, we take on a formidable foe at our first home game this year. And they also said, make sure to get down to Tullius GAC. There's a bar on site, boys. We also reached out to the Louth Mavericks, and Coach Mulhillville said,
Who?
I fucked it up.
Coach,
Coach
try that again. No,
Coach Mahoovy movie.
it's an Irish fucking name.
Yeah, Coach.
Anyway, Coach Mulvihill said we're looking forward to playing a team that we've never beaten in a regular season match.
Looking forward to get back out there.
Yeah. Should be a good game. Can't wait. Good luck. No, seriously looking forward to getting up the road and new venue. Obviously, we've never played there. They've never played there.
Maybe once.
Did they play last season?
They use a GAC pitch as a backup.
Right. Anyway, so look, looking forward to playing them for hopefully get the first win in Maverick's career over the Craigavon Cowboys in the regular season. They left the division and we couldn't catch up with them quick enough.
That's the only bowl game you guys have won, isn't it?
It's the only time we've ever beaten them was in a final, and the only final we've ever won was against them. Yeah. Thanks for that, Chris.
The only time the Jets have beaten the Mavericks was in the final. And every regular season game.
That's what we are to Craigavon, yeah. Look, we've played against them a good few times, as I say. Excited to go up there this time. And as you say, bar on site. So any place that has a shower for after the game and then a pint for after the shower, I love to visit. Fair play to the Eagles for that, by the way. Shout out to them. If you're looking for specifics, look, we're from our last game, our running game did the damage after our first score, which was a pass. So we're quite happy to continue that role. If that's what it takes to win this game, that's what we'll continue to do. But we always know from last year, we have the same setup on offense players-wise, so we know we have that in our back pocket as well. If we want to go to the air, we're well capable of doing so. Or if they force us to go through the air or on the ground, we know we have both options. From what I've seen of them in their first game, I'm looking forward to trying to avoid some things from their defense that they throw at us. I'm looking forward to trying to attack some things as well. It should be fucking hard hitting between two teams that love to hit hard.
Yeah, I mean, are you going into this game coming up with a plan specifically for the Cowboys? Because from memory and from history, the Mavs don't do well when they try to play to another team. You are far more successful when you play your own flavor of ball. What is the game plan going in? Do your own thing, or are you specifically looking at certain aspects of Craigavon's game that you're going to manipulate?
Well, look, as much as you can, we're always trying to take advantage of things that we notice from previous games. But at the same time, it is the AFI. You can get the film that you get, but you can overthink it a lot of times as well. I can't even remember my first time head coach, but it feels like it because it's been that long since I was potentially an interim head coach in our history. So, like, as a newbie to the head coaching position, like, I'm trying to put a bit of faith in my OC and my DC, special teams coordinators. So, you could always say that we're going in with focus on our game. We want to perfect our offense, our defense. And I do not know who the fuck echo that is, but I suspect it might be Eamon.
It is.
I tell you what, it won't be so bad if Eamon's the one talking, so you may direct your next question to Eamon.
Eamon.
I'm really looking forward to this game. Like,
how many picks?
I have to walk home if I don't get a pick.
Like, to the nearest 5.
Like, watching the tape, like I relish games with a throwing QB. That's I love going against throwing QBs. I really do love the challenge of it because, like, I'm not looking forward to trying to stop Wello, but I look forward to trying to stop Peter in the air.
Scott Buchanan's just Writing down a little note. Okay. Don't throw ball.
Yeah, you try and slip that note to Peter Locker. Good luck with it.
Peter, don't throw it. I heard on the show 5 seconds ago.
No, I'm really looking forward to it because, like Jack said, we never beaten them in the regular season. From the 3 times I've played them in the past, the only good game we did have was the bowl game, so it'll be interesting to see. Like it is only the second game of the season, so we're still kind of working stuff ourselves, and I'm sure the Cowboys are working on stuff themselves as well. But it's definitely going to be good to see who comes out on top in this game.
He's actually not lagging that bad.
I think his name is offline.
Yes. I've noticed that neither of you have gave us a victor.
Oh, Mavs.
Mavs.
Yeah.
By how many?
I don't think they're going to score 44 points.
They are going to score north of 20. We're going to score north of 20. That's my prediction. That's about as bold a prediction as I think you'll get outside of Jordan Farrell in this league.
Yeah. No, Joe Kinnahan.
Yeah, he's a good man for a chat shit. Like post.
He wouldn't. He just wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. Like, go on.
Yeah.
Go on. Say, fuck it. We're going to win it. Man hasn't won a game since. No, sorry. He won some flag as a coach. It's a lie.
It doesn't count until later in the year. Then it counts when it's happening.
Gavin McConnell says he fucking loves Jordan. Keep it up.
Good job, Gavin.
Good job. So, I mean, do you reckon there'll be any ejections during this game? Do you reckon there's going to be fisticuffs?
No, our games have never been bad-hearted. Like, they've hit us at fair fucking speed at times, but we've held our own. Like, we've never had any trouble with Craigavon.
Nope.
No bad blood. Give it a week.
Yep. That battle for number 2 spot.
Like, the one thing about Craigavon is I still go back and watch that YouTube video of the Babel, Sports Babel, like the preview of the final. I still love that video to this day. Just the confidence of them. Like, we had no right to win that division that year. Zero right. Zero right to win that game. But I still love it.
He loves it mostly because he returned the cake.
It wasn't even. No, it was the first time you guys played Game 1, Crusaders and Mavs, or was it Crusaders? I don't know which one Farrell was on, and he turned around and said, "I'm not afraid of them. We're gonna fucking destroy them." And it was either yourselves or UL absolutely crucified them.
I think I had 3 picks in the first game.
We kicked lumps out of them in the regular season, and then in the playoffs, we were very even.
Yeah, so it must have been you. So they said we were going to smash it, and then it was like,
yeah. We'll have to invite Jordan on this podcast when Mavs and Crusaders play this year.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. That's a must. Yeah.
Bring Eamon back. We'll pop him up just as Jordan starts to speak, and you'll see the fear in his eyes.
Jordan didn't know who I was because nobody kind of knows who I was. I kind of introduced myself. He was refereeing at the Wexford game, and I introduced myself as the guy who returned the 100 and the
flag.
Yeah, fucking straight away.
But he complimented my boots, so he says he's gonna go out and get a pair as well. So there's no bad.
He's watching you now. He knows you, the boy with the nice boots.
Yeah,
them new goodies make him catch better.
So, any inside info from you guys on the Cowboys, or any of our viewers writing down anything that we should know about there?
They no longer are sponsored by Bada Bing Pizza.
They have a guy called the Salmon.
Yeah.
Throwback to a
Hang
week
on,
ago.
right.
Yeah.
This guy Salmon. I'm assuming this is pink sleeves, pink gloves, pink trousers guy.
No,
No.
it was no. You missed his whole wandering intro. It was wonderful. You mustn't have been paying attention at all. It was all about the fact that he leapt for passes. He jumped
Yes,
like a
no,
fresh
but
salmon.
sorry, I thought he was actually nicknamed the Salmon.
No, his nickname is the Salmon. That's why
Yeah.
I said like he weaved through the defense and he leapt like a salmon.
It would have been by now if it wasn't originally.
Yeah.
I don't think he wears pink and stuff. I think I know who you're on about, but I don't think that's him.
Yes, the guy that wears all pink. That has to be a uniform infraction.
Brendan Sims. Go back to every photo of
Oh.
Brendan last season. He's got the worst looking
Sleeve.
jersey under every kit.
There's just fucking black socks, black boots, gloves, looking class, and then a fucking GAA jersey poking out right that much below every sleeve line. Just looks and I wouldn't mind for a man that plays Loud's GAA for Toha or whoever it is now that he plays for. It looks like a Mead jersey in all the pictures because it's like green and yellow or something. It annoys the fuck out of me.
Listen,
I can't say anything because he keeps scoring and playing well in defense. So.
if you're gonna play American football and you're gonna wear an American football jersey and pads, it's long sleeve or it's no sleeve. That's it. There is no in between. Like if you show up to game day and your fucking Celtic top is poking out from your jersey, or whatever sports team you may follow, fucking get a grip of yourself. There is
you
nothing.
won't win the sexy bowl like that.
No, you won't win the sexy bowl like that. Like we, of course, wear green, and I still am rocking the blue gloves I have from the Jets. And I have anxiety. I have fucking anxiety for our first home game. I will genuinely buy a pair of gloves to not have to be that guy. But anyway, Dave, Cowboys and Mavs, who's taking it?
I was like, are we still doing these, or are we saying we're not saying anything about it? Yeah. This was a game when the experts were doing their poll. I was kind of watching it and seeing what people would do, and it was just one of those ones where it was like, Mavs, Cowboys, Mavs, Cowboys, Cowboys, Mavs, and it just ended up being 50-50. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
It's similar to Vipers, Eagles, and Razorbacks, or Vipers, Giants, and Razorbacks, Eagles. It's like, where are these two teams going to be? Obviously, the Cowboys hammered the Vipers, but
sorry, we're picking up some radio interference from the Vietnamese jungle here.
Scott Buchanan's in the background with like a satellite dish.
I muted him.
You. It's one of those things that I think it was good for Craigavon to come up against a team like the Vipers, who are hard hitting, who will throw everything at you, and have Peter Loughran throw 300 yards, the Salmon getting 171, 121 all-purpose yards or something. Can't remember. I have the notes somewhere. Just getting back into a flow, because obviously they're coming back from a winless season. So I can't use the San Marino St. Kitts Nevis metaphor this time, unfortunately, because they have played and they have beaten someone. So shit out of luck. But then you just have the Mavericks, who are just fucking class. You know what I mean? Like they were just explosive all last year, and I'm looking at a shootout. I do think 35, something along those lines.
David. Yeah, I was going to say, balls up, call a second draw this year.
I did, like, the likelihood of a draw is just so unlikely.
And I'll tell you now as well, a draw between us and Craigavon could genuinely be 0-0.
Yeah, because a lot of time last year we were like, whenever the Mavericks were playing, we were like, oh, here it's gonna be like against the Vikings in the bowl.
It was always the big score, fuckathon.
30 all or something, and then it was fucking 6-0. You're like, what the fuck? But it was still an entertaining 6-0. I don't know. I can't even remember who I voted for in the poll. I think right. We've got two Mavs. I'm picking Cowboys.
It's like, see you, fuck you.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask, like, here, right? Either you is going for two, or can Scott comment? Are you going for two at the weekend rather than one? Because that maybe.
Listen, we'll the show. The show
I
will be
don't
over by
believe
the
the
time Scott
Cowboys
replies.
can go for one. I don't think they can.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can you?
Well, we
Are
can
you-
go for whatever we fancy. Like we can.
Well, you're the kicker.
Yeah.
Interesting. No, I think I'll still stick with Cowboys, but yeah, didn't make a difference in my opinion.
Well, I'm going to abstain from answering.
Oh, boo.
Fuck off!
I'm fucking
Are you serious?
reffing. I can't pick one.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm not reffing. Due to,
Dave was down the ref, but he's not.
due
After
to
that
circumstances, I genuinely am not reffing, so I can't talk.
I don't know if Jason's booing, I'm reffing. If he's booing that the Mavs picked the Mavs, or
He's a very
Just a
self-deprecating man.
or,
He's
he,
booing
or he's
David.
just being spooky. But yes, if you think that the game's gonna be boring, which is not, those two guys slinging fucking balls left, right, and center, you get to watch me butt fumble my way through a referee assignment.
Just remember, false start is the only pre-snap whistle you need to blow.
It's like me with the whistle and the flag. He looked at me funny. He fucking looked at me
Everything
funny.
else go though.
Sorry, Steve, I dropped it. Whoops.
Yeah. It's unsportsmanlike conduct. Alex Sims for talking shit on under center.
No, that'll be Steven Trevor.
He doesn't talk shit at all. I have a few videos from the bus back from Limerick that I've never released, that I will never release.
Yeah, fucking right, you won't.
None. Was it NBA?
Yeah,
Concussion protocol would be more appropriate.
Geneva Convention is more fucking appropriate. But yes, that's all we have time for. 7 games in an hour and a half ain't bad. So it's not. We've probably been wrong. We could have been right. Who knows? All we know is that there's going to be fucking football this weekend. 7 games, 14 teams, 28 quarters, non-stop action from Saturday afternoon through to Sunday evening, with a break in the action from Saturday evening to Sunday afternoon. But if you're near any game, go down and watch it. But Eamon, thank you very much for taking the time to join us this evening, especially at short notice. We hope you enjoyed the ad hoc Mavs tape review that you've been invited to join on.
Like, no context. I literally thought it was something to do with the game. So I was like, shit, I better log on to see what it is. Fuck.
You can put in your application for a Super Bowl media pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're giving them out to anyone these days. Ooh.
Shh, they could be watching.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been Chris. He's been Deck. He's been Dave. We've been GreenZone, and we shall see you on Monday when we try to cram 7 games into a 30-minute episode. Bye.